All right, welcome everybody.
Shalom.
So we are continuing. So we did 22 and 23 this morning, and now after getting that back up and on the internet, we continue in with day 5 of the Feast of Trumpets, and we read the law some more. Picking up in chapter 24 of Deuteronomy. Now, some of you y'all reading the law. If you're just joining us, we have a playlist. You have to listen to every class to have an understanding of the foundations.
Yes.
Because once we finish this in Deuteronomy chapter 34, we're not going to get there today. We're going to continue reading throughout the process. But once we get there in Deuteronomy 34, I want y'all to know we're going now to open up a new season. So season 2 on the podcast, and it'll be now we'll be going into the judgments. Okay? So season 1 is the foundation. Season 2 will be beginning the judgments. We will judge the first one, which is what the law commanded us to do.
Yes.
Go back and remember the first ones and see how my judgment was with them. Then after we finish that, if we finish that,
Yeah, that's true.
because it's getting tough for y'all, we will see how things proceed from there. Okay? Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 1. When a man has taken a wife and gone unto her, if she has not found favor in his eyes because he findeth something, the thing that is wrong in her, then he may write her a bill of divorce before the court of justice and put it into her power and send her away from his house. And departing from his house, she may go and marry another man. So, continuing from the last lesson, you see, this man,
Yes.
he took a wife,
Right, a virgin.
right? This is a virgin,
Okay.
right? Because the Redeemer case, he can put her away on his own, but he
Right.
have no power to divorce her. Okay? Now, he don't like her. This is a virgin. Is blah, 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 yada, 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 whatever. All right. We trying to work it out. We trying to see what's wrong. Whatever the situation is, we can't work it out. There's a process
Yes.
that we have to go through. After that, we take them to the court. We write a bill of divorce. He don't got to lie
Yes, like the previous.
like the previous one. So this is a
Yes.
continuation,
Yes.
further expounding upon the situations that come up.
Right.
So when in an arranged marriage, arranged,
Yes.
this is the backup
Okay.
because you have this man and this woman, they're not getting along. Okay. So we going to, you get this one time, you can divorce and you may go marry another man
Right.
once.
Right. That's when you're saying where one definitely minimum two.
2 is the maximum.
Max.
But what happened? Think she got married. This problems, divorce. Okay, you get to marry one other, but whoever you choose, that's it. You're stuck because now it's your choice.
Yes.
That's also the added contingency. The first one, it might be a marriage that your mother and father arranged for you, and this person, under the arrangement, it didn't work out. They're not working for you. Now you have the opportunity under the Redeemer Kinsman law, right?
Yes.
And departing from his house, she may go and marry another man. It's her choice. She may go. Not he find her.
She picks.
Right. Now, I need you to understand there is a big red flag on this play. Because it's never, in the judgment, it never ceases.
Yes.
It never stops. So
Yes.
it's always looking for you. Should you be disingenuine or don't keep your word? But should they proclaim from the heavens about her that the latter husband shall not like her either? So now she's playing a game. And now he write her a bill of divorce and put it into her power to go from his house. Or should they proclaim about him that lie, the latter husband shall die? So the second husband, he now takes this woman and he doesn't want her. Right? He found some issue. Now he want to divorce her. So now you're trying to make this daughter
a harlot.
A harlot. It says, not the former, not the first husband. Former is first. Latter is the second. Okay? It says the second husband now, giving her a bill of divorcement, will die.
Because he cannot divorce her.
Cannot divorce her. Now, you can.
But
you see, you can. Obviously, you can go to the court because she probably went to another town and he can give her the bill of divorcement in front of the court. We don't get along. There's a problem, blah, 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 blah. No. You knew she was a redeeming case when you took her. You married her. Now you want to divorce her because you're having all these problems. Same as the first husband. And now it preys upon the second man's life. And you say, why did the second man die? I says, because probably 90% of the problems was the second man was whispering in her ear to cause the problems in the home in the first place. Probably. Most likely. Okay? It shall not be in the power of the first husband, the former, who has dismissed her at the beginning to return back and take her to be with him as his wife after she has been defiled. So you can't get it back. She can't remember it was better with my first husband.
She can't go back to the first.
Can't go back.
No. And the second one, he dead.
Now the second one is dead. Right? And after she has been defiled, after that she has been defiled. For that is an abomination before Yah. For the children of whom she might bear should not be made abominable. So going back to the first husband after this, these children are abominable to the Most High. This is the children of fornication now. Okay? Or the land which Yah, your Allah, giveth you to inherit become obnoxious to the plague. Okay? That's the facts. The plague will come if you try to blind your eye and overlook or negotiate on this private property. We're not talking about, again, that's not talking about society. This land you own. This law, this land. Here, in this country. In these countries, there's a bunch of them you got to get land back in.
Right. On this side.
On this side. This law, this land. Once you're on private property, this becomes 100% in effect. Okay? So that will become a child of fornication. So she can, after the second husband die, she may again take another husband, now being a widow. She has the widow's right, and she can use the Redeemer law again under the widow. And that's what's the problem. Death have to take place. It's 1, 2, that's it. Now we have to wait for death.
Right.
He died, she died, somebody dying. Law here. Law here. So again, this is most likely used in cases of arranged marriages. Arranged. Okay? So as a parent, you have to ensure that you get those linens, right?
Yes.
The tokens of virginity, the blood-stained linens. You have to get those. You must. Okay? When you take a virgin, it is a right of you as the husband that those be given. You must give it. It belongeth to the father. Is your brother, the father, that's his possession. You must render it to him. So you see how it went all the way back to the sheep? If you see it, okay.
Going astray. Yeah.
Once you take his daughter and you have sex with her, you lay with her, that sheep now is no longer your sheep. That's their sheep, and you have to restore it to them.
Right.
This is why all of this is together. It's just telling you what the laws of possessions are, who have the right to what, and when things go wrong, how we deal with it, and how things can be redeemed. So for all of you non-virgins coming in this time, you will, after everything that has been done, you will have the same right as Rahab the harlot. You will be given the opportunity to come, live the law, convert unto it, change unto it, live it, develop in it, and you will go through the rights to select your husband. Now, because all of you are non-virgins, Isaiah said that it has to be 7 of you at one time. So you will sit together until 7 of you can agree that you all can live and work together. Right?
Yes.
Live and work together to build a home together with this man. Okay? Now, this doesn't diminish your regular work at, because you will be here working. This doesn't diminish that. This doesn't diminish your food portion. But you will be
a redeemer.
A redeemer case. Right? So you will have your own portions of food and clothes and the necessities because that is the structure of the community. It's structured that way so you have your own provision. You're just going to be alone until you figure it out. And when I say alone, there's a women's place, house for women. And the single women will be there.
Right, and can't be going laying up with no man or none of that stuff.
There's no room. There's no room for the sneaky Lincoln. There'll be no room. I'll leave none. Because again, I'm not trying to take no portion of land and make it a cemetery. I'd rather just put you out the community for breaking community guidelines. Right? This law is our guideline. This law. When a man have taken a new wife, a virgin, he shall not go forth with the army.
Ta-da!
That's it. But if you need the reason why, here's the explanation from the law. Lest anything evil befall him. Okay? We don't want anything to happen to him. We don't want some injury or disfigurement or anything. Okay? He shall be at leisure in his house 1 year. He's at leisure in his house for 1 year. And he rejoiced with his wife whom he has taken. That's it. You got a year right there. They got a year to be happy and celebrate and hug and kiss and enjoy and everything. Virgins only.
Right. Virgin, that's what it says.
Virgins only. Virgins only. Okay? Now, notice in this, it doesn't say he's not working.
It says going forth into the army,
He don't go forth to war.
but you still work.
He still got his community duties that he has to take care of.
Yes.
This is another change that you will not see. He doesn't go forth to war. He still has to manage the field. He still has to take care of the crops. He still has to take care of his home, but he does not go to war. He is at leisure at home.
Right.
He's taking care of household duties and enjoying his wife day to day. She got her things she do. He got his things, but they home every day. This is leisure.
Yeah, we read that a few chapters before, that with the army, and you tell
Whoever has a betrothed
wife,
go home and get married. Go
build your house and
if
your
you build
vineyards.
a new house, go build it. If you haven't redeemed your field, go redeem.
Yep, all this falling.
Okay, this is the reward for taking a woman in her virginity. So now you can see that it's not just being the first one to have this woman. Right. It is also a benefit to me to set me in a certain position and to be at leisure and to have time to get to know and enjoy this woman. There is some benefits to relieve some other duties or acts that are permissible to me. I can focus on building a home. I can focus on that's important. So there's an added bonus for taking a woman in her virginity by our law.
Yes.
So there's a bonus.
And you know, that pretty much defines the having the favor when you find a wife. It's that virgin wife. When you find her, the favor, all this is beneficial favor here.
Okay? So the work he cannot do, he cannot go forth in the army. Now he has to show up when called.
Right.
That's another thing. So to show you that this guy still has to show up to everything and do everything, he has to show up. And then when they say, this is what we're doing, he has to go home. But you got to show up to go home.
Right. You can't sit at home and say,
you can't not even show up.
Yeah.
Okay? This will lead you into what we call presumption. And that leads to death. You got it all figured out, and then you make a mistake, and then next thing you know, the sword is to your neck. A man shall not take the millstones, lower or upper, as a pledge, for they are necessary in making food for everyone. Okay? So first things first, taking pledges. What is a pledge? Listen, I need this, and this. I need this food or that, whatever. I'll pay you back. It's just taking me some time till I get paid. I don't have money, but look here, take take my millstone. So there will be millstones. Let me tell y'all, millstones will be common, right? At first, we're getting them, and it's like a novelty.
Right.
Something we're learning how to do to grind flour the old-fashioned way to make flour. You grind wheat, you mill it, right? You kind of grind up your grapes to make wine.
Yes.
You'll know,
Right.
right? So there's the old-fashioned way. But as this war continued to progress over the years, it will become commonplace.
Common. Right.
It will become necessary. The milling stone will become necessary. So, if somebody says, "Listen, you can hold my millstone as a pledge, as collateral," what you're to do is take the millstone, give him what he asked for, right, and then go and return back to him the millstone. And he's still charged to make good on his pledge.
That sounds similar to what we read about with the garment, when the man exchanged the garment.
So this is what you'll see. Neither shall a man join bridegrooms and brides by magical incantations, for whatever would be born of such will perish. You see the magical?
Yes, I did.
You see that? Let's take a look at that definition. What's magical? Relating to resembling magical powers, magic. Okay? Beautiful or delightful in a way that seems removed from everyday life. Let's see what an incantation is. A series of words said as a magic spell or charm. An incantation, something that, used to raise the dead. So again, this goes out for all of you hoodoo, shoodoo, smoodoo workers of any type of magic of any kind. Okay? It's not permitted. I want this, man. I'm going to use this or that and whatever. Okay? The spaghetti sauce trick or whatever. Don't pull that over here. You will die. I'm just telling you. Okay? For what would be born of such? So if you got away with trying it just to get in, we'll know because your babies will die. This is the price. When a man is found stealing a person of his brethren, of the sons of Israel, and making merchandise of him and selling him, that man shall die by strangulation with, it says napkin here, but that word is with the kafaya. You could strangle him with the scarf straight away. And you shall put away the evildoer from among thee. Why is this being written? Is the slave trade coming back? Absolutely. The number one commodity has always been the buying and selling of people. I'm telling you now, that's what it's always been. Male, female, whatever, buying and selling people. So now will the slave trade come back? Yes. And any man caught selling a son of Israel is instantaneous death. And we as the congregation have to go and bring that person back. We have to redeem them somehow. Whether we pay them back, even if it's double, we have to get that person back. But the person that sold them or tricked them or led them, that person is out of here. Take heed that you cut not into flesh in which there is an ulcer. Okay? So this is important when you're talking about the knives and you're cutting meat. If you see there's an ulcer or a boil or some type of infection, don't cut into that.
Right.
Be careful, but make careful distinction between the plague of leprosy and ulceration, between the unclean and the clean, according to all that the priest of the tribe of Levi shall teach you. Whatever they prescribe to you, be observant to perform. So because they specialize in infections and in ulcerations, which is like boils, right? Cysts, because they specialize in this, you have to listen to the specialists and what they say to do. And this is with yourself and with your cattle. So we have to teach and groom Levi into dealing with these ulcers and ulcerations.
But it sounds like something ding over there in chat.
We'll be back after this.
It sounds like something ding.
All right, we're back. Okay, so the priest is going to have an expertise in dealing with infections in our animals and ourselves. This will come with time and training. They're not going to have it on day one.
Right.
Okay? Right? I mean, I have, again, tactical field medicine training from my days in military service. But again, to get it all the way back to what the priests know, this is going to take time
and training.
Okay? Be mindful that no one contemn. Hold on, let's see what this word is. Contemn. To regard with contempt. Okay? Let's take a look. I need to see a little bit more. I'm going to take this and we're going to go to the dictionary. Okay? To look with contempt. Right? It's the action of looking thoughtfully at something for a long time. That's contemplation. Okay, let's you know what? Let's go to the dictionary. Let's get deep. We're gonna get deeper on this one. This word contemn. He said, no one is to contemn.
Yeah.
Right? To despise. To treat or regard with contempt.
Scorn.
Or scorn. You see that? To scorn, to despise, to disdain, to look down with disgust. Okay, now we know what contempt is. And it says that no one is to contemn his neighbor. You're not supposed to look at your neighbor in that way, ever. Lest he be smitten. Because it's disrespect. Right? Don't look down on them. Don't look at them with disgust or disdain or like you better or this, lest you be smitten. What this will cause strife. It is forbidden. You're forbidden from talking to anyone using harsh words or language. And you're not permitted to look at someone in a funny kind of way. That's not permitted. Okay, we're going to continue with this. Remember that which Yah, your Allah, did to Miriam, who contemned Moses. So let's look at what she did with Moses.
Wow. So she
looked at what Moses' situation was, and behind his back, wanted to talk about it. Because she didn't want to see, oh, this. Oh, he's with this wife, he's with Zipporah, but he not with Adoniah, and this Ethiopian, this is his wife too. Why he get to relax the marriage bed and deny her portion? That's not how that works.
Yes.
Don't do it. So all the gossiping, backbiting, back talk about your neighbors, you can't do it. You can't do that. You can't do that. Okay? Can't do it. So she contended Moshe for that which was not in him. When she was smitten with leprosy, and you were delayed in the coming out of Mitzrayim. Okay? When a man has lent anything to his neighbor upon a pledge with collateral, he shall not enter into his house to take his pledge. He shall stand in the street, and the man to whom thou hast made the loan shall bring out the pledge to thee in the street. Okay? So when you're conducting an exchange, a loan or anything, so I'm giving you this, and when I give you back your money, you have to give me this back. It's important to me. It must be done in the street. There has to be witnesses. Even though it's just between you and this man, everybody can see you conducting business in the open.
Right.
If the man be poor, see this?
Yes, poor.
So I said that you take it, and then you have to go and give it back. In the nighttime, you give it back to him. In the nighttime, you have to go and give him back whatever he's pledged to you. If the man be poor, thou shalt not have his pledge all night with thee. As the sun goeth down, thou shalt return the pledge, that he may lie in his garment, and may bless thee. To thee it shall be righteousness. For the sun shall bear the witness of thee before thy Allah. So again, you take the pledge. Pass my phone. I'm gonna show you something. Yes, so you need some money or something. You give me a pledge.
Yes.
Whether it can be your clothes.
Yes.
I have some clothes here. This is my clothes. Just take this, and I promise. I need it. I'm poor. I don't have nothing except for the clothes on my back. You can make a pledge with this. All right, give me this. I give you what you need. All right. Everybody saw this, and it's a transaction, so they know that this man owed me. They know. They've seen it. What do I do? After I've received the pledge and people have seen it, you go your way, I go mine. Transaction finished.
Yes.
This can be a millstone. This can be anything.
Yes.
All right. It can be your computer. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. This man is poor. He don't have nothing. In the nighttime, I go out. Keep your word about what you pledge, but you need this to do what you need to do. This is yours. But keep your word. Be a good man. And I leave. What have I done? I have allowed this man to keep his integrity, keep his honor. Right? We conducted business like men, and in the nighttime, I come to him as a brother. I don't need your stuff. You keep this. But keep your word and be a good man. And I don't talk about that he got his stuff back. It's over. Now I'm waiting for him to fulfill his vow. See, the pledge is a promise. It's a vow. He have until the next feast day to get back the little bit that I lent him, that I borrowed to him.
So he gets it back, and then he also have time to
You have time to bring
back.
it back. You have to the next festival time, right? If he borrow it now, we already in the Feast of Tabernacles time, right? And coming up, it's trumpets, it's atonements, it's tabernacles. That's what's going on right now. The end of Tabernacles is the festival of first fruits. It's the end of Tabernacles. It's a whole season. Now he have until the Pesach to figure it out. You shall not be hard upon your neighbors. Okay? You shall not be hard upon your neighbors. Period. End of story. Why they eat this and and the children always running and shut up. I mean, we really don't have that problem because like we got these concrete buildings. This is made of stone. So you don't really get the pitter patter like you do with wood. You know? It's different, but you don't be hard on your neighbors. Or shift the wages of the needy and poor hireling of thy brethren. So you cannot change the wages. You what? You can't change. You can't shift them. It's this, and then you see this have more value, and you don't want to pay that no more. So if your agreement is, all right, take care of my sheep, and in 6 months, when they have babies, we'll split it, and you can have this half, and I'll take that half, or whatever. You can't shift it. You can't shift wages. Oh, I don't have it. I'll come back. Let me give you 100. And no, because this man has need of it. You cannot shift wages. Okay. Oh, the pay is going down because this happened. No, you cannot shift wages. It can go up, but it can't come down. So you can't do it of the poor hireling of thy brethren, or of the strangers who sojourn in your land, in your cities. Okay? So again, if your plan is to come here and crash out, you understand?
Yes.
Your plan to come here and crash out after you are down and out and busted and disgusted, you're going to be a hireling. You're going to get a contract, you're going to work, and you're going to pay for your stay with sweat. You're going to eat, you're going to have a place to sleep, you're going to learn the law, you're going to be in school. Everything that comes with being a sojourner, you're going to receive as a brother who came in poor, who took not what he had and showed up before the Most High empty. But did you have to pay? Yes. It cost me a year's salary every year to get the information, to build it, to test it, to learn it, to live it. It cost me. To put down the foundations and get the birthrights and the paperwork, it cost me. It cost me. I paid. I'm still paying. I'm going to continue to pay. Because even now, there's no profit in it. What do you mean? Since I have to build cities, there's no profit. There is only the constant building. There's no profit to me. I get what I need to live, and that's it. There's no profit. I have everything I need. I have my space. I have this. I have my wives. I have everything I need. I do not have profit. No profit. I got some olives. I got olive oil. Got a whole lot of olive oil. I ain't got no profit though. Okay? In his day thou shalt pay him his hire. So it's work today, get paid today. Nor let the sun go down upon it because he is poor. And this is how it worked when we was in Israel. We called them kablans, right? And if you get you a kablanut, then what you would do is you work and you got paid that day. And you agreed on whatever the pay was. If the pay was piecework, meaning you get paid to complete a job and you have however much time you want to spend on it, or you get paid by the hour. And it just really depended on, for me, it depended on what work I was doing. So if I was working and we were doing catering, I'd take it by the hour. Because if the event goes over, there's extra time, there's overtime, then I get paid by the hour. I'm going to get my money by the hour. If it was, and that's because it was, I had to be there for an extended period of time. However, if this is fixing the washing machine and I got to do a build out, change the bearings, maybe change a faceplate. All right, I can do that in about an hour, but I'm gonna charge you what it costs for the pieces and the labor. Okay? Because I gotta go buy the replacement parts and the labor. But you'll get paid for that in that day, either way. Nor let the sun go down because he is poor and he hopes for that hire to sustain his life, lest he pray against thee before Yah, and it be guilt in thee. So you don't want nobody to pray that you owe them, they pay, and they pray before the Most High over here, and you be found guilty. You don't want that. 24:16. Fathers shall not die, either by the testimony or for the sins of the children. So if the child is angry with the father, comes in and says, my daddy's worshiping an idol. Okay. We go to make an investigation. He don't die because of the testimony of the child. See?
Yes.
Even if all his children get together and say it, we still have to follow the proper procedure.
Right.
So the fathers don't die for the children, and the children do not die for the sins of the father. Every man dies because of their own sin. You have been following the rebellious fathers. So the Most High killed the rebellious fathers. And you are continuing the following in the same way, in the same footsteps. So you are the rebellious children, the rebellious generation. Until you or your child or someone in your family decide to change, come in to build the sanctuary and live under this law. Now, notice I said change, come in to build the sanctuary, because redemption doesn't happen until Jerusalem stands. Then we will have repented. Until Jerusalem stands. That's not just the city or the region, the entire countryside, the entire nation. The nation is a nation of the Hashemi kingdom of Jerusalem. Okay, it may have this side is Dan and that side is Asher, but that has nothing to do from the Mediterranean to the Arabian Sea, the Persian Gulf. There's not going to be no all of it has to be under the law. So until all of it is rebuilt back the way it was, the way your ancestors built it, then it won't be nothing. It won't be anything. That's just what the Most High has said. So the fathers don't die for the children's testimony, and the children don't die for the sins of the father. And the child shall not die either by the testimony or for the sins of the fathers. So you're not in captivity because your father sinned. You may have been born in captivity because your father sinned. But you remain there of your own free choice. See?
That's right.
So you're not being punished.
No.
Everyone will die by proper witnesses for his own sin. What's your sin? You don't want to give and build the sanctuary. You don't want to accept this law. You don't want to be in the land and do that which is lawful and right. You want to hold on to your idol. You want to see if maybe the New Testament will work out for you. That's your sin. Enjoy the death that come with it. Thou shalt not warp the judgment of the stranger, the orphan, or the widow, nor shall any one of you take the garment of the widow for a pledge, that evil neighbors rise not and bring out a bad report against her when you return her pledge unto her. So when it comes to the stranger, the orphan, the widow, our law is not one-sided or can be manipulated or lawyered in favor of a brother. The law stands where it stands. Right is right. So we don't warp the judgment. There's no warping of the judgment. There's no warping. The way it stands, it stands. Okay? Every man have his right here. There's one law, one judgment. Okay? And you're not allowed to take the garment of a widow for a pledge. What's a widow? It's a woman whose man, her husband, has died. Now, when the majority of you women get here, and after this war takes place, you will be widows. The majority of your men will have died. This is the word that the Most High has spoke about this time.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not prophesying by no means. I'm telling you what's written, okay? Without having to go there and cite it, it says that the women will come in Isaiah chapter 3.
Yes.
That he's going to kill your sons. He's going to kill your husbands. And you all think that that time is past, that was for Jerusalem. No, that was the war. There's there's two wars that have yet to come. There's one war about the desolation to make the earth desolate and a vacancy, solitary of men. And then there's a second war, the war of Gog and Magog. This is not the war of Gog and Magog.
Nope, it's not.
Just telling you, these are the facts. So you're going to be and come widows. When you come, we're not going to exchange your clothes for a pledge, okay? We can take your word for it, and you're going to get your provision as a provision for you, and we can work things out. But we're not taking your garments for pledges. Right? Because, again, if you take the woman's garment as a pledge, you have to give it right back to her right then. Why? Because this is also done in the street. This is the law. And you do not want the bad report that you went sliding over there in the nighttime. What you doing over there? So what you doing over there? This is the bad report. This is the report that you are now enticing this woman, maybe fornicating. You don't do that. This is a widow. She's on reproach until she choice her husband. End of the story. And remember that you were bondservants in the land of Mitzrayim, and that the word of Yah, your Allah, delivered you from thence. See, look. You see that right there? Deuteronomy 24:18. The word, the instructions What I'm telling you
is what delivers you.
is what will deliver you from bondage. I don't care what nobody else is talking about. You can listen to them if you want to. You want to listen to Rook Hall or Yeshua or whatever. Nate, whatever. Creflo, TD, I don't care. TV shows, skits, I don't care. Charleston White, Kanye, Kyrie, I don't care.
Only one deliverance, and that's
The only thing that will deliver you is this law, which I am telling you. There is nothing else. Don't quote it. Don't talk to me about it. I don't want to hear it because it don't work. So, this law will deliver you from both. So, and at the word of Yah, your Allah delivered you from thence. Therefore have I commanded you to observe this thing. Observe this thing.
This word.
Because it delivers you.
Yes.
Not because some mystical sky nigga is gonna crack the sky and come sliding out. Him and the angels easing on down the road. When you have reaped your harvest in your fields and have forgotten the sheaf in the field, you shall not return to take it. Let it be for the stranger, the orphan, and the widow, that the word of Yah, your Allah, may bless you in all the works of your hands.
So we have to have fields.
That's first and foremost. And this will be forgotten. Sometimes on purpose.
Right.
My daddy did that. He forgot stuff on purpose. By accident. Right? So this is part of my father's the inheritance. So you will see this, but we will do this. So there will be sheaves and they will be left behind, and people can take it and go home to the widows and the orphans. They go. Okay? When you beat your olive trees, you shall not search them after you have done it. For the stranger, the orphan, the widow, let it be. So again, when you gather in, we beat the olive trees. We're not going to get every olive and beat the tree naked. Because we're going to let the widows and the children, the orphans, they turn to come in and harvest after the bulk of the harvest is harvested. And they get to beat the trees and rake out and take whatever they want. Whatever suffices them. Everybody's going to learn to do the harvest.
Yes.
What the heck is going on with my tablet now? Maybe I turn off some of these apps. I got apps running in the background. All right, we back. Okay, when you have reaped the fields. Okay, so when you beat the trees. So, and when you gather in your vineyard, you shall not glean the branches after you. They shall be for the stranger, the orphan, and the widow. So again, everybody gets their turn and their time to practice and to do the harvesting of the field for themselves.
Right.
Okay? I'm taking the lion's portion. I got the best of the best. The priest gets a tenth of what I got. The gleaning field, there's one corner that is left, and everybody's to go there and take just what they need for today. Okay? They're not out there to harvest the rest of the field clean so that nobody is to get. You just take what you need for today. Okay? And this is important because going into what we're getting ready to go into, this is how it's going to be set up. You're going to see this in practical applications. You know, I had a field share in Segev Shalom. So if you look at my old pictures, if you know me on Facebook, you'll see me in a field. And we had a field share. We can go there and get whatever they grew, tomatoes or whatever greens was coming up. And we have a field share. And we go there, we just get a little bit, enough for today, tomorrow. Sometimes if it was getting ready, like the harvest season was over and they need to replant, you ended up with cartons of greens. And you're like, what am I going to do with this?
So when Naomi sent Ruth to go harvest, it was based off of this law here.
Right. So she sent her to go glean in the field.
Because she was a widow.
And then Boaz uses the other law. If I leave it behind, it's for the widows. But I know that she is harvested not only for herself, but for my sister. So he says, not only is Ruth harvesting for herself, but she's harvesting for my sister Naomi. So let her get some extra to take home so that they'll be good. Right? So now that was Boaz. So we don't harvest the fields to the bitter end. And we're getting ready to close out here. It has been a wonderful. We've read chapters 22, 23, 24, and 25 today. And closing out chapters 24. So remember that you were bond servants in the land of Mitzrayim. Therefore I command you to do this thing, to do it.
Right.
Not know about it, to do it. We got all these Noahs out here, nobody do it. Do it. I'm out here doing it. Sis just recently joined the party. Welcome to the rest of you. I suggest you get on the ball, but you probably want to make sure that you see what I say is coming.
Yes.
Well, you're going to get it. All this war is to give you exactly what the Most High promised. If you think I'm a false prophet or I'm some false teacher, try me. I cursed all of your gods. I cursed all your idols. All of you. I serve only Yah Allah. You are bugging. So when I tell you this, then you will know. There's no mystical sky, nigga. Okay? This book is clear. And this works because I'm out here. I'm out here.
Yes.
Okay? I'm out here. She watch it work all the time. She'd be like, oh my goodness, are you serious? Shh. Don't say nothing. We're going to keep walking because this is nothing.
Right.
Wait till we get to the deep. We haven't gotten to the deep yet. And you can't get to the deep over this because you haven't done anything. It gets deep when you start doing it. That's our time for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Day 5 of the Festival of Trumpets. Hallelujah, Ya Allah. All right.